Yes, it happened. I got smacked like a year ago. And a lot of people go, Chris, how come you didn't do nothing back? How come you didn't do nothing back that night? Because I got parents. That's why.
Chris Rock has responded to Will Smith's slap at the Oscars 1 year later by releasing a stand-up comedy special, which he believes to be the most effective way for him to do it. He slapped him back really hard. Let's get into it and see what he has to say about the incident. Why had he remained silent for so long? Stay tuned as we're going to reveal a few hidden agendas behind this. When Chris Rock made a joke about the way Smith's wife looked at the Oscars in March 2022, Smith stormed the stage and smacked the comedian over the face. After returning to his seat in the audience, the King Richard hero eventually won the award for Best Actor. Netflix broadcast Rock's special live on Saturday night from Baltimore. In spite of Smith's numerous expressions of regret and apologies, the victim of his punch has declined every interview request made in the years after the event. Rock remains firm in his decision not to discuss the incident on a talk show, despite the press's repeated requests that he do so. "I'm not a victim, baby. You will never see me on Oprah or Gayle King crying. You will never see it. It's never going to happen. Fuck that shit. I took that shit like Manny Pacquiao." He preferred to respond to a slap on a big stage. His response is part of a $40 million contract with Netflix, and he wants everyone to know he's not a victim. Since Rock hasn't made any public statements about the slapping incident, Smith may have been able to repair some of the damage to his reputation because the person who was slapped isn't speaking out. Rock shared with the crowd in Baltimore that he had taken the hit like a prize fighter at the award event from the previous year, and the comedian quipped that his ears are still ringing. Even though he wasn't crying, Rock's anger over what happened appeared to be as raw and recent as if it had happened within the past few days. In response to whether the slap hurt, Rock was straightforward. "Will Smith is significantly bigger than me. We are not the same size. Will Smith does movies with his shirt off. You've never seen me do a movie with my shirt off. Will Smith played Muhammad Ali in a movie. You think I auditioned for that part? I played Pookie in New Jack City. I played a piece of corn in Pootie Tang." This was the very first live special that Netflix has ever shown, and it included a star-studded cast for the pre-show that led into Rock's stand-up performance. There was also a post-show that was presented by former cast members of Saturday Night Live, including Dana Carvey and David Spade. The pre-show event was hosted by Ronnie Chang from The Daily Show. Rock made many allusions to the slap during the 70-minute performance before going off on a cathartic tirade about how Will Smith practices selective outrage. He recalls the marital difficulties that Smith and his wife Jada Pinkett Smith had in the years before the 2022 Academy Awards, saying that everyone branded Smith a bitch for making his wife's infidelity scandal public. But whom did he hit? Me! That is some fucking bitey stuff. Rock joked, "We've all been cheated on. Everybody in here been cheated on. None of us have ever been interviewed by the person that cheated on us on television. She hurt him way more than he hurt me." The comedian also recalled an argument he had with Jada and Will over the 2016 Oscars, in which Jada had asked him not to host the program due to the #OscarsSoWhite scandal and Will's failure to receive a nomination for Concussion. He said, "I did some jokes about her. Who gives a fuck? That's how it is. She starts it, I finish it." The moment Rock finally addressed the tragedy, social media lit up with emotions, with many users commenting on how comedians and other performers like Rock typically laugh through their misery. Several others thought the comedian went too far when he joked about cheering on the slave owners in Will Smith's new film, Emancipation. Towards the end of the special, with a microphone down, Rock explained why he didn't defend himself. "I got parents because I was raised," Rock said. "And you know what my parents taught me? Don't fight in front of white people." Rock, along with the Smiths, made fun of Markle for complaining about the royal family and the treatment she received after marrying Prince Harry. He made a royal family label the original racists. They were the ones who came up with the idea of colonialism, whereas he said that Markle ought to have been aware that she would face prejudice from both the family and the country of Britain. The comic capped up his set by saying, "They say words hurt. You gotta watch what you say because words hurt. Anybody who says words hurt has never been punched in the face." The slap and subsequent wave of publicity occurred right as Mr. Rock began one of his busiest tours in his career, the Ego Death Tour, scheduled to run for 8 months, including a few co-headlining dates with Kevin Hart, was announced before the Oscars. Throughout the months of December and January, the two would perform a series of shows together. Those involved with Mr. Rock's planning say that the event at the Oscars didn't affect the timetable he had previously devised. He has done over 100 gigs since last March, with stops in countries as diverse as England, Germany, Australia, and New Zealand. According to information provided to Polestar, a trade newspaper for the live entertainment industry, his solo gigs averaged over $700,000 in revenue per night. It would appear that Will has some further work to do in order to make things better with Chris. What are your thoughts on the whole incident? Do let us know in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications enabled so that you don't miss out on the latest celebrity news.